He's the tan tattooed connoisseur of conversation. And he's back. The Todd Newton Show with Maria Todd.
I don't think there's any shame in that at all. Go ahead and tell him what happened last night.
Okay, off the air, I was telling Todd that my significant other, Mr. Al.
Yeah, King Albert.
Yeah, well, he needs to be in a can because we're in bed. It's Friday night now. And he goes, hey, it's getting late. Cut the light out. We need to go to bed. And I looked at my phone because I'm like, what? It was 7:58. It wasn't even 8 o'clock. How old are we?
We used to justify that by saying, well, I woke up early, but now we ain't even waking up that early anymore.
No.
And still going to bed. Listen, there's no shame in it. What did I know your mama or grandma used to say the same thing. My grandma used to say, ain't nothing good happening after midnight,
Oh, and sadly they were wrong.
Yeah. My
because
grandma,
there's some good food at the IHOP after midnight.
My bless her heart, my Missouri old hillbilly grandmother on my father's side used to say, she had no filter. She would not do well in this day and age. But,
grandmothers, no, not those grandmothers, no.
She used to say, tea, she would call me tea, she said, the only thing open after 1 a.m. is legs and what would she say? She would say...
that first part was enough, really.
Yeah, she would say legs and honky-tonks or something like that.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, you're right, Grandma. And then I went through a phase where I'm like, well, neither one of those sounds so bad. But then I hit my 30s, and I'm like, she's right. Where is that IHOP? And now you can DoorDash IHOP, so ain't no
Right,
reason.
so you even got to stand... waiting for a table or nothing.
I have here a list.
Youngsters have it so good.
So good. I have here a list, Maria, of some dating apps that people would like to see. Okay? These are dating apps that people, they don't exist necessarily yet, but everybody comes up. And I think people are, buddies of mine are asking me if I'm back on, or not back, I've never been on a dating site, but if I'm going to try online dating this time around. And my answer is...
I'd like you to, because I'd like to hear what you say.
I think I'm fine with Bachelor. I'm fine going to bed at 7:58. I have no desire to do any of that. But let's do a couple of these, and then we'll take a break and come back and do the other. I like this one. Now, these are dating apps that don't exist yet, but I think they would be successful if they did. This one is called X's Best. This is a site
X's Best.
X's Best. This is a site where your ex-spouse actually recommends you. And if an ex recommends you, you got to be doing something right,
Right.
X's
you weren't all
Best.
bad.
Yeah.
Just,
What about this one? This will filter people out real quick if they're not into it. Kids Wanted. This would be a dating site where you'd go on there if you want to meet other people who really want children and don't want to waste their fertile years. Kids Wanted. And there are a couple of more that we've got here, so stick around. More dating sites that maybe we'd like to see.
These two are just getting started. Hang tight for more of the Todd Newton Show with Maria Todd. Welcome back to the Todd Newton Show with Maria Todd. Yeah! Now, here's Todd and Maria.
Todd Newton Show with Maria Todd, ToddNewtonOnline.com. We're looking at dating sites that don't exist yet, but I bet you if we went on Shark Tank and pitched some of these, I bet you Mr. Wonderful would be all over these. I think he would be a big fan. How about this one? Truthful Dating. Now, this is a site, Maria, which will never happen.
Nobody would ever date if we all told the truth.
People would go on Truthful Dating, and the age that you enter and the height that you enter would need to be verified by your driver's license when you enroll. So, and this suggestion comes from a woman who says she is so tired of 60-year-old dudes saying they're 45.
You're not fooling anyone.
No, and
Trust.
A 5'8" guy claiming he is 6 feet tall. Yeah. I don't know how you would I don't know how you would address that when you finally meet in person. If you're, what's the benefit of being deceitful on these dating apps if the goal is to actually meet in person? I mean, we've mentioned,
How are you going to fake those other 6 inches? How?
Well, you could just say it's cold outside.
Actually, if I showed up on a blind date with a guy and he was shorter than he said, and he said that and made me laugh, I'd be in for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I guess. I've only been out with one woman. We didn't meet on a dating app, but we were set up by friends, and at least now you have the benefit of your friend can. Well, it was my friend's wife, actually. And she could send me a few pictures of the two of them together so I could get some kind of an idea what she looked like. So you're not going in blind. But, if that's the whole thing with social media and the internet anyway. You can portray yourself any way you want. But if you got to back it up, that's a big problem.
Yeah. That whole IRL gets really tricky.
Yes, yes. How about this one? We'll do one more of these. These are dating sites that don't exist, but it sure would be funny if they would. Meet My Mama. This woman says, I'd love a dating site where dudes have to bring their mom along so you know what you're potentially getting yourself into. You can avoid a lot of unnecessary years of misery. I think my mom would love that. Yeah, but you could have
that kind of mom. Well, your mom is nice, but some people's moms, they would just spoil every day. That girl ain't good enough for you. She's a hoochie. What kind of outfit is that?
You watch that? You've seen that show Smothered on TLC?
Just the lead up. I've never watched the show, but the preview was enough for me.
I've never watched an episode of that either, but it's where these people have really odd and unusual and, dare I say, unhealthy relationships with their mothers. I mean,
they're too close.
Yeah, and sometimes if it's a girl and her mother, they dress exactly the same and they talk exactly the same. Yeah, but again,
that's kind of scary.
TLC.
Although there are people that are into that.
Formerly known as the Learning Channel, teaching us all kinds of fun things. Thank you for these suggestions. Dating sites we'd love to see. Yeah, man, I think I'd probably enroll in any one of these.
Want more Todd and Maria? Connect with the show.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
By visiting ToddNewtonOnline.com.